Discord screwing me over. Uh, what do we want to call this one? The day before Disney?
Yes.
Because that's what it is.
The night before Disney. The night before Disney.
Yeah. I'm not ready. Have we mentioned that on the podcast, that I'm going to Disney for the wedding? I feel like we have.
I think so.
Okay. So yeah, next week's episode is going to be late because I will be coming back from Disney on the dates that we usually record. So that's where I'm going.
Yay!
For a wedding.
We'll see
Yay.
Mickey Mouse. Is the wedding actually in Disney, or is you guys just happen to take advantage of it?
Yeah, it's at Disney, at the Grand Floridian.
Ooh! Holy shit!
Yes, sir.
How many people?
And then 30.
Good size of them. I remember those prices. Hooey! I can only imagine what it is now.
And the cool thing after that too is we get to, like, the wedding's around 10 or 12, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere around there. And then we'll hang out for a little bit, go back and change, and then afterwards we have like a dessert party thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then that leads into like the fireworks show over in Hollywood, I think it is.
Okay.
Like that's where we'll be, and like we don't have to have tickets, we get to go into the park and we have the dessert party, we get to watch the fireworks there. And then right after that we go straight to Slinky Dog Dash and get on. Like the whole wedding party and stuff.
Wait, so you're saying 10, 12 in the morning or 10, 12 at night? Because I know they
10, 12 in the morning, and then the dessert party's at night.
I was gonna say, whooey! I know they do. I know they do certain things for weddings, but holy shit!
Yeah, no, it's split up, thankfully. And then everybody in the wedding's on Saturday, so Sunday everybody that came for the wedding or was in the wedding and stuff will be all together at the park at MK.
Yay!
That'll be fun. We're not going to stick together, obviously, because that would be too much of a fucking hassle. But yes, I'm more looking forward to Epcot and eating all the food. I love Epcot so much.
Ride Figment for me, at least once.
I did not like that ride. It was cool until they did like the gas smell, and I'm like, oh, that's disgusting.
I don't.
Go
ahead.
Go ahead. You.
No, I was gonna say I don't think they do the gas smell anymore. Like they allude to it, but I don't think they actually use the smell.
I hope not, because when we went 2 years ago, they did, and it was bad.
I don't remember it smelling when we took Sawyer.
Amelia also likes Figment, and now they have the Figment meet and greet. So
yeah, I forgot about that.
There was a funny video of like the first day was up of the meet and greet. He came out of like the doorway and he fell flat on his face.
Oh Jesus! At least it's in character.
I guess so. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so excited for that one. If I'm gonna wait in line for a character meet and greet, it's gonna be that one.
Really? How come you like Figment so much?
I don't know. Ever since I was a kid, he was my favorite. I don't know if it's just because he was zany and I liked how funny he was. Granted, I was a weird kid. I liked Epcot before as a kid.
He's true chaotic neutral.
I don't know. I think I just like the curiosity of shit like that, and the fact that he embodied it. I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
It was. He made it okay to be a nutcase.
Fair enough. I think it happens around Crystal Palace, but I'm hoping I get to see Piglet.
Yes. I don't know outside, but if you are able to do a meal inside, you meet them.
Yeah, when we went with Amelia 2 years ago, when I found out about Lauren, actually, when we were at Epcot, you know how in front of like the Imagination or Imaginarium or whatever the hell it is, how it's got the field out there behind the fence?
Yeah.
Like Pooh's usually out there catching butterflies and stuff. Piglet was out there that time too. Yeah. But we're having we have reservations for the Crystal Palace too, and I was like, they had flower arrangements of like Tigger, Pooh, and Piglet. And I'm like, oh, I hope Piglet comes around here.
Yeah.
So we have that for I think breakfast or lunch. So I'll be looking forward to meeting him.
Oh yeah, I forgot they started doing breakfast again. Because I want to say we were disappointed the last time when we heard that they reopened, but they weren't doing breakfast. I'm like, fuck.
Hmm. We get there tomorrow, and I hate that it's so late, but we have reservations at Ohana for dinner.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can't wait to just walk into the Polynesian and take a big breath. It smells so good.
Yes,
I don't
it
know what
does.
that smell is, but it's so nice.
Now, question: what time's your reservation?
7:55 p.m.
Just in time for probably the first set of fireworks.
Ooh, shit! I didn't even think. Well, we'll be inside. It won't matter.
No, you could see them from if you get a table near the window, you can see the fireworks
Okay.
really
Maybe
well.
we'll get lucky.
I got indigestion that night just because preggers wanted to see the fireworks.
Oh,
Because
sorry.
yeah, because we had a reservation, but we didn't realize we could see the fireworks from where it was. And I was like, so long as we keep eating, the hostess was like, so long as you keep eating, you don't have to leave your table and you can watch the fireworks. I was like,
Nice.
challenge accepted.
I'm doing this for you.
Let's just say I'm good with with banana bread for a while, or banana pudding, whatever the hell the dessert was.
Fair. That is fair. All right. And since I've got shit I need to wrap up so I can go to bed and wake up early, you want to get busy? That sounds
Yeah.
bad. You want to get to business? That sounds bad too.
We're on the wrong show for that one, buddy.
I don't want to know what show we should be on.
You forget we opened OnlyFans a while ago.
No, we didn't. Shut your mouth.
Oh yeah, that was
We'd have
totally
to pay
different.
people.
I don't know. People are into weird little kinks.
They just sell pictures of your feet. That's all you need to do.
If people are into Hobbit feet, I'd be more than happy to.
I've got Hobbit feet covered too. No thanks. Than my feet. Okay. I don't know what we were getting onto, but let's get talking about stuff. And this is the Ramble Pack Podcast episode 45. I remember this time.
Yay!
And I'm no longer sickly Adam, but I'm still stuffy.
And I'm just Mike.
Just regular old Mike.
Yes, I am.
Okay. I want you to tell me about the Van Gogh stuff since you were so upset about it on Monday. Because I knew a little bit about it, but you were so mad.
Oh, I was, and I was excited about the actual show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna start off with me on a rant here.
That's fine.
But yeah,
We'll see. This week wasn't very good with news. It was all sad stuff anyway.
Yeah, unfortunately, major trend lately. Well,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Remember the Van Gogh Pokemon Company collab that we were talking about last podcast?
Yeah, we were talking about not sure how that would look or what it was.
Right. I still have no idea what the exhibits look like, so I couldn't tell you.
I've seen 4 pictures that they look like Pokemon in Van Gogh's art style. That's literally what it is. I mean, it's cool looking, especially if you like art and you like his stuff.
It gets people thinking. It gets them in the building and hopefully look at other exhibits and stuff like that.
It's art.
Yes. Well, speaking of art, what really isn't artful is the bullshit that went on. Something that was supposed to be a very wholesome event, and for the kids and shit like that, turned into a scalper smorgasbord, where before their online website could even have a chance to sell merch for the event, they were already sold out. whether it be bots or shit like that. And the in-person event, people were going right to the freaking store and buying stacks of merchandise to the point that
And they didn't have like things set up to where it's like one per person or whatever.
nope, like
Why not?
they didn't even verify whether or not they whether they bought tickets or to go in. They just, as people were going in, they were going to the shop.
You would think they'd have checks and balances for that sort of shit.
Basically, like the promo cards that they made, which was supposed to be like a picture of Pikachu with the felt hat or whatever. That
Yeah, like
was
Van Gogh's.
yeah, the Van Gogh self portrait. That was gone to the point that like the website was all gone, the store was all gone, and those promo cards were meant for kids
Mm-hmm.
as like a little thing for going to see the show, getting something that was nice for them. No, they were gone to the point that the Pokemon
Of
Company
course.
had to are working on trying to re-release more and try and make that available for people for purchase. Um,
Yeah,
but
I just don't understand how. I'm sorry, but
no, it's all right.
how do they not have things set up in place to limit it? I mean, they have to have some sort of idea that people are going to swarm this and try to buy up all the shit. Just look at what went on with regular Pokemon cards.
Yeah, look at what happened the first time Pokemon for the anniversary event when Pokemon collabed with McDonald's. Those
Yeah,
people went out and bought them all within like the first couple of days.
it's like they don't learn.
Right. Um, Either that or they just don't care.
It's money.
Yeah. But yeah, no, there was none of that shit in place. So that really pissed me off. I'm like, for something that's supposed to be for kids, you're assholes. I get it. Scalpers happen. It's been around for a while. But lately, I don't know if it's just because we're older or what, or we have more access to the internet. It has been bad. Between the stories we hear about Taylor Swift tickets, Pokemon cards, freaking Lorcana, all that shit. Uh, it's fucking ridiculous. Um, but yeah, but what disgusted me most, to be honest, was how the Pokemon come. Like, granted, they once the damage was done, they what are they gonna do? But
Yeah.
their their take on it was, oh, the the immediate sellout was due to overwhelming demand, um, and they're trying to chalk it up to, oh, it's just it did well when everybody very very damn well knows it's not because of that.
It's a very interesting way to spin it. Sure, it did well financially because people went and bought it all out. You
Right.
made the money you were expecting to make, but you still have people that are disappointed.
Right. Very very sad thing. I hope people actually enjoy. Even though they may not have had much to be able to get as far as like swag to remember the event. I hope those that did go out to see the artwork, they enjoyed themselves and opened up minds to kids, that type of shit. 'Cause,
It's only staying until January 7th of next year.
damn.
That's your notes.
Oh yeah.
Where is this even? What museum?
The Van Gogh Museum. Trying to remember where it is. I want to
Oh yeah,
say
it just
it's
says Van Gogh Museum.
yeah. I want to say it isn't it like in Denmark or something. I keep forgetting where it's supposed to be.
I have no clue.
I know it's overseas, but no. If you're in the area, go for it. Take a look. If you can if you can score some stuff, grab it. But yeah. hopefully they resolve something. A couple of months is a long time, so.
They're gonna have to put something in place if they do follow through and re-release stuff,
Yeah.
because it's gonna happen all over again.
Yeah, basically.
I just realized like all the news that I put is it's all a similar trend, except for one thing, but it kind of leads into the other stuff too.
I think one of my topics is falls in line with your stuff too.
Yeah. How about some camaraderie? People have been shitting on Starfield after Cyberpunk's DLC came out and like comparing the two since they're both RPGs and stuff and saying, now that I've played Cyberpunk, I can't go back to Starfield because look how bad this is and blah blah blah. To where some of the devs from Cyberpunk are like, what is with this argument? It doesn't make any sense. And like trying to, what am I trying to say here? They're trying to point out the flaws in people's logic as to why they think that Starfield's animations or why the characters look the way they are kind of janky and stuff.
Yeah.
And what they basically said, it boils down to tools and design rather than the engine that they're using. Because a lot of people were saying that Bethesda needs to either ditch the creation engine or overhaul it to make it better. Right. It's not really the engine; it's what they're using in the animation style and art direction that they're using to make these things happen.
Right.
A lot of the devs pointed out that CDPR went really ham on cinematics and animation, like in those, rather than Bethesda going full on onto resources and scope and player freedom.
Right.
So, huge difference on where you're putting your resources into and what you're giving to the players.
Right. Not to mention the fact that these players also don't realize. I'm pretty sure these are the same people that were shitting on Cyberpunk when it first released too.
That too.
They have the live audience to go off of to say, oh, we fucked up on this. Let's make this better.
Yeah, but there's really nothing wrong with Starfield.
All right.
Just people are thinking that like stuff about it is antiquated, but it's Bethesda style, and if anything, they've come a long way from fucking Fallout 4 and Skyrim.
Right.
Things are a lot more animated. Things are a lot more alive and realistic-esque looking, but it's still a Bethesda game. It still has that look and feel to it, but it's not bad.
Right. To each their own. If you're gonna bitch about it, fuck it.
They're also different types of RPGs.
Right.
They're both fun.
And that's all that matters. As long as you enjoy it, fuck it.
Yeah, but it seems like with a lot of things these days, you have to be in one of two camps, and there's no in between. There's no gray area.
You ain't kidding.
That sucks.
I've been seeing that a lot with the Destiny Discord, or Reddit, I should say. Some people liking some of the stuff, other people just shitting on it left and right.
Usually that's Gambit. People are like, is Gambit really that bad? I'm having fun with it. And other people are like, it's terrible. And then you get other people who's like, it's great, shut up.
Don't like it,
I think it's fun. Oh, man. I think something went on with Destiny recently, and I've forgotten already. So I guess it wasn't important. Oh, they had a little issue on Twitter. Bungie's super well known about being inclusive and being outspoken in support of any kind of group and people.
Oh, the Latinx thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they were supporting whatever and was like the Latin XAEO, and then a lot of the Latin people from the community are like, don't do that. That we don't like that. Why are you doing this? I understand the reasoning behind it, what you're trying to do, but don't do that. Only problem is there's a well-known, I'd say she's pretty well-known. She's a really good PvP Destiny player. She's Miss Watts 5000. I don't know if you've heard of her. But I believe she's Latina as well and was like saying don't do that, but then had to follow up her tweet with pointing out and saying people who are trying to co-opt this as something to be transphobic or anything, don't do that either. That's not what this is about. So unfortunately, people are trying to spin that as well.
Right.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Basically. I never understood the whole Latino thing because I'm Portuguese. I'm
It,
around
it's
Portuguese,
it's
and like,
supposed to be inclusive. It's supposed to cover all the spectrums, but as some people have pointed out, the Latin language itself is a gendered language to begin with.
right.
So using those letters on the end of the shit doesn't necessarily work. I don't know. I don't speak Spanish or anything, so I can't really say.
Okay.
This is just things that I've read.
Okay. I sort of get it, but at the same time, I have to agree. Yeah, don't do it.
We're all for inclusivity, but it just
Yeah.
doesn't work that way.
Right. The language was set up that way. Doesn't mean you're gonna use it. Your
It's not going to be able to be co-opted for inclusive language like English is.
right. Yeah, that's good.
It's okay.
Every time I
Can't fault Bungie for trying.
true. That's just not the right time.
Right, especially when a lot of the Latin communities have said, we don't like this, it doesn't work, please don't do it. What am I saying? I'm a white guy. I have no room to talk.
Yeah. What the hell? Don't mess with us brown people.
Hey!
I can say that. I'm Spanish.
Okay.
No, I can't say that. I am Spanish, but it's not right to say that. But yeah, I think it's weird.
Well, what's your take on it, being a Spanish person? How do you feel about the whole XAEO shit?
To be honest, now that I've had some type of explanation on it, um, like I say, I'm Spanish, but it's really only because my dad was born in Venezuela, so I'm mostly Portuguese, based off of that. So, but that's still a Romance language that is based off of ge- uh, gendering words.
Right.
So, off of my explanation to that, it doesn't make sense because that's like we said, that's the way the language is set up. It's not specifically saying, "Oh no, it has to be this, it has to be that." No, it's this is the word, this is how it's used. This is the rules to the language. You're not going to change an entire language.
Right.
Change one or two words, like in the English language, I can understand. Over time, meanings will change. But like the whole thing where gay was originally meant happy. Now gay is a totally different meaning. You're not going to do that with the base of a language. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work.
No.
Oh, I didn't know that.
What?
Sorry, I'm reading ahead on some of my stuff. Yeah, I don't know if it's on other systems. Is this? Yes, it is. Oh, and it's on PS4. Have you tried Limbo? What?
I'm just trying to
What?
figure out where where you're going with this conversation.
Have you tried the games Limbo or Inside?
Inside sounds familiar. I've never tried Limbo.
Okay. Well, the company who put out who made those games, I don't even know if it was still Geometric Interactive at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they might have changed names or it's a different studio. Anyway, some of the devs from Limbo and Inside just released a game under Annapurna Interactive, which is what I was surprised at.
Mm-hmm.
They put out a game called Cocoon. Does that sound familiar to you? Because we've talked about it. It's an indie game.
Yes, it does. Why does?
Just to give you an idea, the trailer showed some dude with green wings walking around, and there were orbs that they could go into and out of. And inside those orbs were like different worlds.
Yeah.
Sound familiar?
Yes, it does.
Okay. That game just came out recently. It is also on PS4. It's really cool. It's definitely different from Limbo or Inside because those games are like really dark and kind of macabre, whereas this game it's super colorful, but it's it's a hardcore isometric 3D puzzler
Hmm.
where you are juggling these orbs, which are, like I said, they are worlds, and you're going in and out of them to gain different powers that empower those orbs, to which you then come out of and use to power different machines to get to different areas of like this main hub world kind of thing.
Hmm.
And you could take the worlds into other worlds and hop into those worlds as well. Yeah, the worlds start stacking on each other and the powers like stack on each other as well.
Oh, Jesus.
Just to like solve puzzles throughout the world. I've only done 2 of the worlds so far, like the orange one and the green one. It's nuts, but I really like it. It's worth checking out.
It looks interesting. Because as we were
There's
talking, I
no
was just
there's no
rewatching.
text either. There's no talking, no nothing. It's just moving and pressing A. That's all it is.
I'm okay with that.
It's a very well made game.
That's my brain has to do the better.
That's what I've been playing, besides Destiny and Starfield. And that's my happy, so now we can get back to the sad.
Well, I want to do a little happy before I go to sad.
Okay, what's your happy?
Overwatch 2 seems to be doing a crossover Diablo 4.
Is that happy?
It is if you like both games and like Halloween.
I guess. Still under one umbrella. They're both Activision Blizzard.
Yeah, basically. Basically, season 7's called Rise of Darkness, which should be starting off on the 10th. But apparently one of their characters, Moira, I'm not exactly sure which one that is supposed to be getting a skin to make her look like Lilith.
That's very interesting. That'll look pretty cool.
Right, and they're going to be getting...
They're also a healer, I think, so I wonder how that'll work.
Maybe we'll turn her into a necromancer. I don't know.
Lilith is like a demon, dude.
Oh, yeah. I didn't play 4, okay?
No, but you also know about religion and stuff.
Okay, fine. She's going to rip our souls and drag us to hell. What do you want us to say?
Exactly. She's in cahoots with Mephisto, too.
Well, yeah. She's going to be getting that. It's supposed to be like a new version of the Blizzard world map. And
Interesting.
There's going to be a Halloween PvE event called Junkenstein's Revenge.
So they had Junkenstein's Revenge, or well, a Junkenstein game mode before, and I can't remember the last time that came back. So it's cool that they're bringing it back and different this time.
Oh, absolutely. And supposedly, according to the leaks, it hasn't been confirmed yet, but like Hanzo's supposed to be getting a Halloween skin, a mythic skin for Hanzo, and a Halloween skin for Widowmaker and Echo.
I don't remember who Echo is, but I know who Widowmaker is.
Isn't that the spider girl?
Widowmaker? Yeah, she's a sniper.
Okay. So I do know at least one person.
Hanzo's the bow guy.
For some reason, I thought he was like a samurai.
That's his brother. That's what's his name? My first instinct is to say Kenji, but I don't think that's his name. I don't remember. I haven't played Overwatch in fucking years.
I've never played Overwatch. I just saw the trailers.
Moira uses orbs to like heal and do stuff, like a light orb and a dark orb.
Mm. She's not the angelic person, is she?
No, that's Mercy.
Damn. I know what these people look like. I just don't know their name.
Let's say a name and see if you can tell me who they are. Who's Reinhard?
I want to say he's a rhino, but I don't think there's a rhino in the game.
No.
Maybe he's the giant.
Nope.
Maybe he's the giant monkey.
Nope. So when you said giant, I was like, oh, maybe he knows, and then you said monkey. He's the big dude with the hammer and the giant white beard.
I don't think I remember that one.
Okay. That's okay. You haven't played Overwatch. I forgive you.
And who the hell is Optimus Primal's grandpa?
What?
You remember from Beast Wars, Optimus Primal?
Oh, God. Dude, I haven't watched Beast Wars in forever. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about the monkey?
Yeah.
I forget his name. I'm forgetting a lot of names. I remember some, but I forget other ones. Like Brigitte is a new character, but she's one of the old characters' daughter, and I can't remember the old character.
I could have sworn Brigitte was there before, but I'm completely wrong.
Everybody knows Diva. Blue suited girl in the mech.
Yes. Okay.
And May is the snow lady.
Yeah. I can picture that. Okay.
Okay. That's all I got. Man, I don't think there's any other. You know what? Let's stick with the trend. We'll wrap all that stuff up together. So let's start off with something that I don't know how much it's going to affect you, but Jim Ryan's leaving Sony after 30 years come next year.
I don't know how to feel about that. He's been around the entire time I've played PlayStation, so there's good and there's
But
bad.
he's only been president of Sony for the last 4 years.
Okay, but good thing he's out because he did a shitty job as president.
I mean, he oversaw the release of the PS5 and stuff, and like built up that catalog.
He also approved.
And I guess spearheaded the acquisitions.
Yeah, but he also approved the frickin' PlayStation Portal.
You're not wrong there. And I guess by proxy the PSVR too.
Mm-hmm. And then he thought helping the FCC or whatever. Yeah, right.
The FTC.
FTC. Yeah. Too many abbreviations. Helping them with their case and them losing.
Oh, they're also trying to stop the acquisition again. They're taking it back to court or trying to.
Why?
Speculation says that it's probably not going to go anywhere, but they're trying again.
What for this time?
Same reasons, I think. I honestly haven't read up on this newest one. I'm just like, it's a done deal. I give up now.
Yep, basically. Unless they surprise the living shit out of us,
Who knows?
it's happening.
Do you also know that Jim Ryan upset a lot of people? They upset a lot of retro game fans when he was saying, "Why does anyone want to play PS1 and PS2 games? They look ancient." Man, he doesn't know why anyone would want to play them.
Asshole. Even more reason why you should step down.
He also falsely claimed that PlayStation was the reason there was gaming in the Middle East now. Apparently, there was no gaming before PlayStation.
Okay.
Yeah. These are a lot of things that I found out today reading about him leaving. Also, the whole Roe v. Wade thing. I don't know if you remember that.
He was part of that?
It's more that there was a lot of studios that took a stance on it. Like when they were repealing it and stuff, studios were like, this is wrong, or we're here to support people. If you need help, we're here for you, blah, 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 making donations to different causes and whatnot.
Right.
And he decided to email the company and didn't really say anything about it, and instead told a story about his cats and wanting a dog. Yeah.
Yeah, it's his time to go.
Also, what's the biggest talk of him leaving right now is he kind of led the shift to games as a service starting from the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And that shift of focus has been quote unquote uncomfortable for a lot of Sony studios.
Now, when you're talking about games as a service, you're talking about like Destiny style type shit.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I don't agree with that.
Because you remember a couple of the Sony State of Plays that have come out. How many of those had live or games as a service games attached to them? Specifically, Foam Stars, which is in beta right now, where it's being tested. It's out on PlayStation, and a lot of people are talking bad about that.
I honestly don't know what to say. I just hope whoever comes in realizes what the freak is going on and changes things for the better.
Yeah, they have somebody taking over, but I can't remember what their name is. Let me see if I can find it. You don't feel any specific way?
Not really. He hasn't
Or do you feel like maybe he didn't have a clear focus on what people actually wanted? Because, like I said, he wasn't the president until 2019,
Yeah.
but I feel like he was doing something right in those 4 years, considering how much of a leg up Sony had over Xbox. Now, granted, he had a head start thanks to whoever came before him. I think it was either Sean Layden or Shohei Yoshida. But, I mean, he capitalized on that.
Yes, because I think in part what helped was the pandemic. To be honest,
Yeah.
but at the same time, if you've been in the video game business for the last 30 years and you're making the kind of comments that you're saying, you don't see why people find the appeal to playing retro games and shit like that, then yeah, you probably don't belong where you are. Seeing as a lot of those games that made PlayStation the way it is are games that people are nostalgic over. Like, for example, Final Fantasy VII, the first of the Final Fantasy series to be on PlayStation. It made an impact. It showed what the PlayStation can do. And to this day, people are still playing the game, still downloading it, buying different versions of it, no matter, even though they're making us buy every single freaking console. Um, and then on top of that, people are still buying the remakes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a perfect example of one of the games that is a very good reason as to why people are want to play retro games. If you're gonna knock on their cash cow, then walk away.
Sony's chief operating officer, Hiroki Totoki, will be taking over as interim CEO after he leaves.
I do not know who that is.
Me neither. But that's what's happening.
Do good, Hiroki.
Oh, also, as to help with that shift to games as a service, I believe that is partially why they bought Bungie, because Bungie was doing so well with Destiny already, like with that aspect. So they were hoping like the purchase of them would help kind of get them on the right direction and be able to give some studios some pointers and help.
Right. I I really don't know what to say as far as my opinion on that particular aspect. All games focusing on that, absolutely not. To a certain
Yeah, no, that would not be sustainable.
Oh, fuck no. Um, but some games, if it called for it, I understand. Like, I like the way Destiny's handling things now, story-wise, to be honest. But that's just making use of the game that you bought and being able to play. Look at us.
That's also going to change come next year too. The way that they're going to present stories and things like that is not going to be what it looks like now.
Yeah. I and
But at
I'm
least they're able to like change things and keep it fresh, or trying to keep it fresh and keep people interested.
right, and having a long haul storyline, like where the seasons go, where we have new content every week. I'm okay with that because that just means I'm gonna be playing this game every week so long as I like it and not be bored to high hell.
Right. I mean, look at Fortnite. That's a perfect example of a games as a service that's evolved over time.
Right. Like I said, I'm neither here nor there about Jim Ryan, but
Well, while we're on the topic of games as a service, it, I put this down here, but a lot of people have been talking about it too. It seems like the games as a service bubble is kind of bursting. People are trying to. It's very similar to the whole MMO RPG deal
mm-hmm.
and the battle royale deal, where it's profitable for so long. People are like, okay, I guess we should shift development to this. They start doing it, and then you either flood the market and nobody wants to play it anymore, or you're coming in too late. Fortnite, like this was said with one of the epic stories we're going to talk about later, where this was a cited thing. Fortnite is still making money, not as well or as much as before, but it's
Mm-hmm.
still being profitable. It's slowed down significantly though.
Right.
I'm sure that Destiny has seen the same kind of issues. A lot of free to play games, they're struggling if they are able to stay up for longer than a few months after release. They struggle because you're competing with a lot of the big names who have already been there. It just seems like games as a service might not be financially viable anymore, if not in the future.
I don't disagree because it would, unless they do stuff to really freshen it up. I would get bored very quickly. I'm
So funny you say that. Sega was they were all geared up to put out a game called Hyenas, which was a games as a service model,
mm-hmm.
and they had a bunch of beta testing done for it. A lot of gameplay showed off. People were playing it for a while, and they just up and canceled it. The game was all set to come out, and they're like, "Nah, fuck it, we're done." Just not viable.
Maybe they saw the writing on the wall and realized, oh, we're not in the market's not there anymore.
I think the game wasn't being very well received either, because anytime I saw people talking about the game, it was just like it's trying too hard to be funny, or it's taking itself too seriously, or like it's taking the comedy or the jokey aspect of it way too seriously to where it comes off as kind of cringy.
Mm.
So kind of got off on a bad start to begin with. Yeah.
I don't know, I just hope that means we get more focus on the other types of games that we like. That we need more.
We need more single player focused. I don't want to say story heavy games, but we just need more really good single player games. There was a big push for that a couple of years ago, and I think a lot of the leaders from Bethesda called for it too.
Yeah. I agree, because no offense, I love playing with you and Brian and stuff like that. But at points, there are games that I just want to sit there and play by myself. Dreamlight was a perfect example of that. Yeah, there's a large community for it, and the Dream Snap thing is probably the first of actual multiplayer capabilities and interactions and stuff like that. But outside of that, that you take away that one function, it's a single player game that you just do your thing.
They have said they want to add multiplayer to it, but that's an opt-in thing. It's not automatic.
Right. Oh, I didn't even know it was opt-in. I thought it was. I thought
Yeah, you have to invite people to your island. You can't just walk around and end up in somebody else's place.
Well, no, I was thinking like you could decide whether or not you want to be in the the multiplayer facet or do the solo player facet. It's no, it's part of the game. You just have to invite people. Okay.
To me, from what I remember reading about it, it was like Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
The game is multiplayer, it is online, but people don't just show up on your island and you're not walking around finding people. You have to invite them to your place, or they have to invite you.
Right. So, like for example, granted, PlayStation is its own separate entity in that landscape. If I don't want you to check out my stuff, unless I send you an invite, you can't just go and check it out.
Right.
Okay. So that's not bad either, because then you don't have to worry about people. Because then that also leads to people would lead to people interacting with children and shit like that. And I'm like, yeah, let's not open that can of
Right.
worms.
Yep.
But yeah, no, it's been a while since I've played a decent single player game. That's for console, and Dreamlight was a nice refresher.
You were playing Code Vein.
Huh?
You were playing Code Vein.
I didn't play it much after that.
Sorry.
Like I got into it. I played for like a week or so, but then after that, I just didn't touch it again. Dreamlight, I still go back and forth to.
Fair enough. I have something video game related that will lead into one of your other things.
Okay.
There was no deal that was reached between the game industry or the studio heads or whatever and SAG-AFTRA.
Yeah.
So strikes may happen still.
Yeah.
Don't know yet. They brought shit to the table and there was no deal reached.
And I know they left off with it being authorized. Well,
So it's a very real possibility that they could go on strike.
I would, given how the writers' strike went. Granted, it was a while, but if the deal was going in favor, supposedly going in favor of them, probably be a good idea to do it. Strike while the iron's hot. Especially seeing as I know it's not has nothing to do with video games, but it should be a good indication as to what um, v, the developer studios may do in the video game industry is the in-house VFX artists for Disney voted unanimously to unionize. So and I'm assuming this has to do with them being overworked and all these other strikes going on. I'm guessing they're fed up and are like, hey, it's worth a shot at this point. To be clear, this is like their in-house people. It's not the people at Marvel. It's not Pixar. These are the people that worked on their films like the live-action Little Mermaid, Haunted Mansion, Snow White that's coming out. Those people. And apparently they're going to be joining an already established union. What was the name? IATSE. Don't ask me what that acronym is for because I have no idea. But basically at this point they wanted to join the union because they were demanding basically fair compensation for the hours that they worked, which is not different than what the video game designers are doing
Right.
or would like. They want adequate health care. That is universal. Everybody wants to be able to, if they're going to have, they hope shit not to happen, but if they do, they want to be able to afford it to live.
Yes.
Retirement benefits so that if these once they're finally done from being overworked, they can actually enjoy themselves and live a decent life. But basically, they want basically the same rights and protections that the union workers currently have that are under that umbrella.
Right.
But basically, the next step for them is to basically engage in a collective bargaining negotiations with Disney to draft a contract to address the needs that they want, basically. Um, I think it's a good timing, and how these guys turn out, I think is going to be a good indication as to what may happen in the video game industry if they decide to do the same thing. Seeing as we've talked about them unionizing in the past. I think media all around is finally catching up and are like, hey, enough is enough.
Mm-hmm. Um, I don't think that it's confirmed yet, but also in the wake of the strikes working out, there is talks of Netflix increasing their prices again. Yeah,
They increase the prices. I better not hear. Here we can't share outside our fucking households.
I don't know that they're going to get rid of that, but that's probably going to be a common occurrence because these studios are going to have to make up that extra money that they're shelling out for for the writers and whatnot elsewhere, and we are probably going to be the ones to pay it. So all
Yeah,
the more reason to get rid of Netflix.
they're not going to cut into their profits. Why would they? I think it's already because I think right now, because we share with Callie's parents and Sawyer mainly uses it, we have the premier one, whatever the higher tier is.
For Netflix.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think we're paying right now. We're paying like 21, $22 a month for it.
Gross.
Yeah, a little bit. If it wasn't for the fact that they actually use it, I would have canceled it a long time ago, or at least dropped it
Yeah.
to the minimum.
They're also doing away with. I don't know if they did or they're going to be doing away with their lowest paid ad tier.
Lowest pay. Oh, they're gonna get rid of the ad tier.
The cheapest one.
They have multiple of those. I thought it was
I
hey.
guess so.
I thought it was hey. You want this cheap price? You have to have ads. They have multiple tiers of that. Who the fuck
I
is?
I guess so. I mean, they have multiple tiers for video quality as well.
I get that much. That somewhat makes sense to a degree. But if I'm paying you for a service, you can't tell me, hey, oh, you pay this much if you want one commercial. Want a
Oh god,
commercial
here he
every
goes.
five
He's getting
minutes
fired
to.
up.
It's fucking nuts. I'm sorry.
It is.
That is
It's all
disgusting.
insane. All the more reason to get rid of it, if you could.
It was a good
You
idea
want
at
you
first.
want to ride that frustration train?
Might as well. This is the frustration I thought I was going to have with the Van Gogh Museum, but apparently not.
Your story, I think, is what happened first, and then the rest of these followed suit.
Oh, you're talking about Worms? The Worms publisher, Team 17, laying
Team
people off?
17, yeah. Yep.
Apparently, Sony is not the only one whose CEO is leaving the company either. Um, but yeah, Team 17, for example, if you guys are familiar with them, they put out games like Overcooked and Dredge. Um, they
I didn't
apparently,
know they did Dredge.
I did not know either one of those games, to be honest. Um,
Me and Meg played Overcooked a lot.
I'm assuming it's like a Cooking Mama type of game.
No. It's a little more involved than that. It's basically like you have a map that you are on. You can see everything. It's just like a square or a circle or whatever. It's just the map. You can have 1 to 4 people on it, and you are chefs in whatever place it is. It's not always a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to go to different stations to do different things to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Some things take longer than others, but the end goal is to make food. and you can burn the food and end up burning the kitchen down if you're not careful and stuff. So when there's two people, you got to do things in a specific order that come across the top of the screen, and you both have to work in tandem to do it.
Oh, no shit. Okay. And I'm assuming
It's
multiple.
fun. It
And I'm
gets
assuming
hectic
multiple
though.
people can't be at the same station.
They usually have more than one of those stations for people to do so,
Mm-hmm.
but it's worked out to where each person has set jobs rather than trying to flip flop between things, because then it starts getting messy.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I can see
It's a
that
lot of fun.
happening.
It's cool.
But yeah, back from our tangent. But yeah, no. They let go about 50 people. Mostly their internal quality insurance department.
So
Um,
QA people.
yeah, I'm assuming those are the people that just like interview people and ask, "Hey, what do you like this?" and stuff like that.
QA is usually like testing things, whether it's their systems in the game or the games themselves and stuff like that.
Okay. Um, so like debuggers and shit like that, right? Or am I
People who
wrong?
find the bugs
Okay.
and then make bug reports.
Yeah, that's a little shitty. That they're doing that.
Remember when I said trend? Remember this part.
Uh-huh. They're calling it a restructuring following a company-wide town hall meeting. Basically, sounds like they said, "Hey, company, get together. This is our meeting. You 50 people, you're fired."
Yeah.
Um, and they're going to be instead of employing people, they're going to be contracting that shit out. Um, Seems to be a common occurrence with all facets of life, apparently. Their
It's cheaper that way, I guess.
How cheap can you get it? That's what I want to find out. CEO Mike Patton left the company. They have supposedly said it was amicable. No idea if these layoffs had anything to do with it or not. But
Yeah, sometimes you'll see CEOs step down when there's a massive layoff because the camaraderie or morale or they were the cause of it. Who knows?
well, if he was the cause of it, then shame on him. If he's stepping down because he doesn't agree with it, power to you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but even though with all this going on, I'm not sure if these are games or if these are other departments. Astragon and Story Toys isn't going to be affected by the restructuring plans.
I think those are companies. I haven't heard of either of those.
Okay. And then, but yeah, apparently these aren't the first of their layoffs. They had laid off their members of the publisher's arts and design team back in March.
Yeah,
But
Story Tours and Astragon are companies under them.
oh, okay. And but at least in those regards, they allowed the employees to apply for other positions within the company. I would
Just seems so backwards. Let me apply for this position just to be told no.
basically, I guarantee you that it was like, oh, we're paying you too much, so we're letting you go, but you can fill in this cheaply paid position if you want.
Mm-hmm.
What I would hate is to be the person that got laid off in March, went to be a be in the QA department and being let go again. Doubt that that's the situation that happened, but that would
Just be
suck.
ironic.
A little
Yeah.
bit.
When these things happen, though, it's like the QA department is usually the first to go to, because 9 times out of 10 those are contracts anyway.
Right.
But it still sucks. It sucks for a lot of people involved. And speaking of QA departments and along similar notes, Naughty Dog is laying off 25 out of its 400 people too.
Jesus.
I thought Naughty Dog was bigger, but they're not as big as I thought. But yeah, they're laying off 25 people amid some talk about the Last of Us multiplayer game that still hasn't come out yet. But supposedly it's not canceled yet. It's just been put on ice.
basically a nice way of saying, hey, this is going to be in
It's not
developer
working out
hell.
right now, and we don't know if it will.
We're putting it in developer hell for now.
Yeah. But even then, most of those that were let go were QA. Their contracts were cut short, and they're done at the end of October. Art and production were also affected, but it was mainly the QA people. And apparently, according to Kotaku, staff at Naughty Dog were quote unquote pressured to keep the news quiet. They're also not offering any kind of severance packages or anything either.
Fuck that. If they're not offering any type of severance packages, that'd be loud as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you're canning me. You give me pay me to keep my mouth shut.
Well, the biggest one that's happened that's hit a lot of people, they are offering severance packages. Epic's laying off about 15 to 16% of its total staff, which was about 900 people.
That are being laid off, or 900. The 900s is their total staff.
900 is being laid off.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. Let that sink in. I mean, you could do some quick math too. 15 to 16% is 900. Epic's huge,
Yeah.
but it's still a lot. I mean,
Uh,
it just takes a second to think about like all the different arms that Epic itself has.
yeah.
I mean, they're Unreal. They have the Unreal Engine, for instance.
Yeah.
Fortnite has spun off to its own thing as well. But yeah, it was cited as trying to stave off financial difficulties. I forget. I think it was Tim Sweeney said, I quote, "For a while now, we've been spending more money than we earn investing in the next evolution of Epic and growing Fortnite as a metaverse-inspired ecosystem for creators. I had long been optimistic that we could power through this transition without layoffs, but in retrospect, I see that this was unrealistic." So yeah, growing prices while trying to reduce costs are coming up a little too short still. So they had to shore up some stuff.
Yeah. Well, they must be making some decent amount of cash if they're offering severance packages to 900 employees. Holy shit.
Yeah, and they expect these 900 that they're letting go to kind of put a stop to that and have enough resources left over. They don't expect any more layoffs after this. But somehow I say somehow, but it's cool that they are offering severance packages for people in the U.S., Brazil, and Canada for up to 6 months.
Holy shit.
And that includes healthcare.
I wasn't even thinking that long. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Because think about it. Let's go by minimum wage here in Mass. I could only imagine what they're actually making, but where's my calculator? Fucking A.
While you're doing that, really, really quick and sad stuff too is, I don't know if you know the game Fall Guys, but their dev company Mediatonic was apparently hit super fucking hard.
With the layoffs?
Yeah.
Oh fuck. How bad is it for them?
Not sure about the numbers, but it seems like a lot of their staff was axed.
Holy shit.
There were some reports saying like they were shutting down, but then like it was correct to say no, it was just hit really hard. Kind of sucks because Epic had bought them and gave them kind of a new lease on life and kept the game going. Yeah. And a lot of people have started picking it up and playing it now, and they got hit with this. It just sucks.
A little too late, I guess.
A little too late, my ass. They're making them money. But I mean, I guess it's not good enough, but still, it sucks.
They're making them money, but not enough to.
You bought the company to almost dissolve it.
I agree. At least it's better. At least it's still better than freaking. Oh my god! And we've been shitting on them the entire time. I'm brain farting here. Oh, back to what we were talking about before. But yeah, now that I've done the
remember.
Huh?
Not gonna remember.
Embrace a group. There we go.
Oh yeah, yeah.
At least they didn't fuck up like that. But holy shit, that is a lot of fucking money that they're willing to put in just salary alone. If they do like, if let's say they're paying people $15 an hour for full time work for those 6 months, for a little over 14 million just in wages alone. And that's saying all those people are making $15 an hour, which I highly doubt. And then you're including keeping their health care going for another 6 months. Holy shit!
Yeah. Epic's a big company.
They're putting their money where their mouth is. But like, hey, you guys trusted us. We're trying to make it right.
Yep.
If you're gonna lay people off, that's the way to do it. Holy shit! Good for them. At least there's some good
Silver
news.
lining.
Yeah.
Now, this week was just all downer news.
Basically, it's just been that type of news left and right. Fuck.
I got some fun, interesting thing for you and whoever wants to do.
What?
Brighten your spirits.
Yeah.
I mentioned them before, but No Clip just put out a 30-minute documentary yesterday, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they put out a documentary yesterday, and it covered the Burger King Xbox games.
I
From like
forgot about those.
yeah, they went over how they got the contract to do it and how they were able to make the games and where the company came from and stuff. And apparently, there's a dude that's been collecting Sneak King forever. Like, he had a couple copies, and then he just was like, I'll just keep collecting all these. Wherever they are, I'll buy them. And he's got like 4,000 copies now.
Holy fuck! And what's he gonna do with them all? Just say he has
Build a throne out of them. I don't know.
I hope he at least sends a copy to the video game museum.
Yeah, he should. Good point.
Fuck. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Holy shit.
It was a really cool documentary. I listened to it at work. I'm like, oh, this is really interesting. Apparently, this is the same company that made Fusion Frenzy.
I'm gonna have to take a look at that later. Okay. Yeah. All right. I feel better now, a little bit.
Okay, good. Glad I could be of service.
Still shitty news, but hey, at least that little news was
Yeah,
a part to pick me up.
It was a rough week for the gaming industry.
Yes, it is.
My heart goes out to all the people affected. It sucks.
I hope it's not. I hope it's not for long, and they pick up their feet. But this blows.
I agree.
And the sad part is, this is coming from companies that you're hearing left and right. Oh, we're buying this company, or we did this well in sales, and blah 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 blah. Make sure.
Or they're making record profits year over year, and yet they can't put that back into employee retention.
Right. Exactly. I wouldn't even call that employee retention. Retention involves employees leaving of their own accord. If you're
Being
just
able to
straight
keep
up,
them on board. How about that?
that's just greed. I'm sorry. If that's the
Yeah.
case. Well,
I mean, that probably is the case.
fucking assholes.
Or just some people are overpaid and need to be readjusted.
Let's start from the top down.
Probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Oh fuck! Who was it that we were talking about the other day that got a big fat bonus check just because he was CEO?
I mean, I always say Bob Iger needs to drop some of his.
Ironically enough, he did. I can't fault him on his, because during the pandemic he took a pretty big pay cut, despite what Chapek wanted to do.
He could take another one.
He could, but at the same time he was like, "Fuck you." He's probably saying, "Hey, you want my ass back in here? Pay me. I took a cut for you guys, and this is how you do me."
I need to get to bed.
Yes,
because
you
we
do.
got to wake up early.
Say
We did
hi.
cover everything, even though it was shitty news. But what are you gonna do?
Smile. You get to see Mickey Mouse tomorrow.
Yay!
Listen, if you go there and you happen to see like some Halloween themed ones, or you happen to see Mickey and Donald in their Kingdom Hearts outfits, you have to take a damn picture and send it
I
to me.
will.
I will
I'll be
frame it.
taking pictures of everything. Don't worry.
All right.
You tell us where can we find? They find us.
You can find us on
It's
all
late.
the socials between Facebook, the Twits, YouTube. Where else are we? I know not TikTok.
No. Although I'm tempted now. I don't know. It's an idea. We're on Instagram and Twitter, and yeah, you said YouTube and Facebook, and wherever you can get your podcast.
Yeah.
We're on all the shit.
Yes, we are. And let us know what you think. Come on, send us messages. What do you want us to talk about? We can't
Why are
have
you
it.
yelling at people?
Do it. Do it now. Execute Order 66.
All right, you need to go to bed. I'm tired, but you're on another planet.
I'm sorry. The CPAP is working very well. I've been very energized lately.
Okay, good night, Mike.
Good night, Mike.